What happens when a child's first memory isn't about a school or a playground, but the sound of a gunfire? Hey, amazing people, welcome to episode 2 of our Planet Peace Project interview series. Today's interview is all about we'll be learning how conflict affects children's minds, hearts, and how we can answer with empathy, awareness, and raise awareness. We'll also learn how we can have knowledge in this.
Thanks, Zanab, and we are so happy to have you all with us. Together with my teammates, we are exploring the issue of child soldiers and using our voice to raise awareness and empathy.
Exactly, Zainab. And we're thrilled to be joined by a very special guest speaker with us today, Miss Nirmala Mahesh. Miss Nirmala is a passionate poetess and educator with over a decade of teaching experience. She's the author of Spectrum of Emotions, a powerful collection of poetry, and she is recently honored with the title of Literary Capital. Her work has touched hearts in India and internationally, including ours. Thank you so much for joining us today, Ms. Nirmala. It's truly an honor to have you here today.
Your creative voice and dedication to education are so inspiring, ma'am, and we are excited to learn from your perspective.
Exactly. Now, before it's too late, let's start our conversation. So, ma'am, we have a few meaningful questions and we'd love to ask you an answer. So, my first question to you is, what feelings come to your mind when you hear about children as young as 7 to 8 fighting in wars, leaving their homes, leaving their joy and happiness behind?
Yeah, thank you for this question. Children as young as 7 to 8 fighting as soldiers in the army, it's quite heart-wrenching when we hear this. And it's also quite alarming because children, when they should be in their age, enjoying their innocence and having lighter moments, they are forced to see such cruelties. This leaves a very traumatic scars on them. So it is really pathetic when we hear such things.
Thank you, Ms. Nirmala, for that amazing answer. Now, moving on.
To the second question, we have a simple question. So, this is your perspective question, ma'am. So, why do you believe that poverty or the lack of education may play a major role in child soldier recruitment? What do you think about this question, ma'am?
I feel that most of the countries are not well developed, the main reason being poverty, which gives rise to so many other causes like lack of education, lack of food, and other things. So, if this single problem could be tackled and addressed by the countries across, then it would be much better for the peace and prosperity of the world, also leading to unity rather than conflict among the people. So I feel that countries must definitely take some initiative to overcome this problem of poverty in order to develop a peaceful world.
What a lovely answer. Now, to our third question.
So, my third question and the final question of our interview is, what is some long term psychological effects that you think child soldiers might suffer from?
Yeah, children as they are in their tender age of just 7 or 8. So naturally, when they see such war and bloodshed, it has a disastrous effects on them. Though they may heal afterwards, but it has an after impact and serious effects on them. So it has been noticed that children who are exposed to fighting and these kind of bloodshed and war, they have some symptoms developed, and we could call this as post-traumatic stress symptoms. It has been noticed that children from this kind of background, they are, like volatile, like they could easily, be very angry, irritable, and they could be stressed. They feel a kind of emptiness, and their self-esteem is also impacted. So they do not feel a sense of belongingness, and also they have the feeling that they have been relegated by the mainstream of the society, doing this ugly thing. So it has definitely some scars on them. And even though they have healed after the rehabilitation, they could have vivid flashback of the incidents which they have, witnessed. And the healing really takes a lot of time, and probably in some cases it doesn't, because the young minds are affected with such serious things. I feel the main reason for this unfortunate situation is the right to violence is not a right recognized by the UN Convention on the Rights of the Child. These rights include protection from violence, exploitation, and neglect. They also include rights to education, healthcare, food, clean water, and a safe home. So, unless this is rectified by the system, the children would be a victim of these things, this cruelty, especially children from the, poor background. So it's really very pathetic that some initiative has to be taken by the UN in this regard.
Thank you so much, ma'am. That was a lovely answer, which was very informative. So, in conclusion, Ms. Nirmala, thank you so much for joining us and sharing your thoughts with us, which was very wonderful with such clarity, compassion, and an impact to the world.
Thank you. It was my privilege and pleasure.
Your insights have helped us and hopefully our audience reflect more deeply on the human side of conflict and how children are often the silent victims.
Exactly. And we also believe that change begins with conversations like this. Together, we can bring awareness, empathy, and hope into every child's life. So, we'll end today's interview with this quote: if we are to teach real place in this world, we shall have to begin with the children. This was wisely once said by Mahatma Gandhi, and we all shall believe this until this day. So thank you all for watching episode 2 of Planet Peace Project interview. Please click on the padded link below in the description.
Have an amazing day.